for the moments where I'm still in your presence. All the noise dies down. Lord, speak to me now. You have all my attention. I will linger and listen. I can't miss a thing. Lord, I know my heart wants more of you. My heart wants something new, so I surrender all. All I want is to live within your love, be undone by who you are. My desire is to know you deeper, Lord. I will open up again, throw my fears into the winds.
Woo! Let's go, family. Happy, blessed Wednesday. You already know what time it is. It's your boy, Crazy Faith, the God in the building. Welcome to the channel, right, where we impact our spirits and feed our minds, body, and soul, right? Let's dive in. And today's topic is actually going to be how to simplify your life, right? This is how to simplify your life, right? So we can either complicate our life or we can simplify it, right? I was the person that honestly complicated my life, right? I was the person that always overthinking, right? Always overthinking, never wanted to get out of my comfort zone, not in the present moment. And I found that very challenging, like, to live life not in the present moment, right? And it, like, I was always depleted and my attention was everywhere. My life is chaotic, right? My life is chaotic. I was like in and out of problems, just because of my thinking habits, right? I was going through a lot of problems because of my thinking habits. And it was just like a chaotic mindset. It was dysfunctional, right? Because why? Why was it so dysfunctional, right? I was missing one piece, right? And that one piece was actually the present moment, right? And I began to examine my mind, like, examine my life, like, why am I living like this? Like, why is my mind going this direction, drifting, right? I'm going here, my mind is going there, right? And I could never get a hold of my mind and figure out the issue, right? And this piece has helped me so big on just simplifying my life and allowing me to live more at peace, more at ease, right? Once I found out this one tool, it shifted my whole life, right? It shifted everything, right? I was more happy for who I was and who I was becoming because I did this one shift, right? And if I didn't do this one shift, I would always be drifting. I would always be looking back. I would always be distracted, focusing on what other people are doing. I would be, depressed, more problems to deal with, right? If I didn't make this switch to the present moment, right, I would be living my life super chaotic, right? And I'm here to, show you guys that your life can be simplified, right? It doesn't have to be chaotic. It doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be out of the mundane, right? You can simplify your life. It doesn't have to be hard at all, right? It doesn't have to be chaotic. It doesn't have to be crazy. Your life doesn't have to be wild, right? But one small shift, right? And guess what that small shift is? Can anyone guess what that small shift is? You know what that small shift is? That small shift to simplify your life is the present moment. That little one piece may go over your head. Don't let it go over your head. Internalize that, right? Once you make that small shift to the present moment, nothing else really matters because all we have is right now, right? If all we have is right now, tomorrow's not promised, right? The past is dead, right? All we truly have, this is real time, real life, the present moment. This is real time, real life, the present moment. Anything outside of that present moment is going to be filled with anxiety, panic, right? Worries, doubt, fears, disbelief, dysfunction, right? If you go backwards to the past, that's what it's going to be filled with. But if you could just stay present, right? And like, a little bit think about the future, but don't get too ahead of yourselves, you will feel a different frequency, a different drive, a different energy, rather than looking backwards, right? Because there's no nutritional in the past. There's no nutritional value in the past, right? There's no future looking in the past, right? All we have is right here, right now, and that will simplify your life. Hey, look, you drifted, right? You're distracted. You're in depression. You're going through anxiety. I got a cure for that. How about you just settle your mind down, boom, right into the present moment. Once you do that, you close all the gaps in your mind. Once you can settle your mind down in the present moment, you can close all the gaps in your mind that's taking you off course and making you feel not aligned, making you feel off balance, right? This one little trick has simplified my life. I live a very simple life because I know the power of now, and only here matters. I used to think, the past mattered. Oh, what I'm supposed to be doing next. Oh, what I'm supposed to be doing 3, 4, 5 days from now. But I was missing the present moment, where all the peace, all the joy, all the stress-free life is at. Right? It's right here in the present. And if you're wanting to escape anything, right? Any kind of trauma, any kind of bad things you're going through, you can also use the technique of now, right? The present moment of now. You can use that technique and settle your mind down to the present moment. But it comes with the continual practice and the continual awareness of what's going on in your mind to allow you to be free. If we don't know what's going on in our mind, it's going to be hard for us to be free, right? If we can't diagnose the problem, it's going to be hard for us to be free, right? And I'm just here to simplify your life, help you simplify your life if I can. I'm here to help you simplify your life if I can, right? But I was once that person, distracted, right? Thinking about the past or getting too ahead of myself. I was watching my mindset the other day and I was like, wow, I was thinking so far ahead so fast. And I had to slow everything down and ask myself, why am I thinking like this? Why am I so far in the future, but I'm not here right now? That's going to allow me to get to the future. So it's these little tweaks that I'm still making, and I know that you guys can make too as well, right? Because remember, we can't get ahead of God, right? We cannot get ahead of God, right? We cannot get ahead of Him. Once we start to get ahead of Him, you start to feel off balance. You start to feel like you're tiptoeing on one toe and you're about to fall, right? So we don't want to get ahead of Him. We want to be able to be grateful for right now and for the future. Yes, we want to plan, but we don't want to jump too far ahead of Him, right? We don't want to do that because it's an uneasy feeling, and you can fall like that. You can honestly fall thinking too far ahead, right? It could be you can get depleted. You can get drained by thinking too far ahead, right? It's okay to manifest. Take a hour or two, half hour or two, manifest your dreams and goals, see what it's looking like, right? But do it in the present moment with God, so that way, God is guiding you and you're not getting ahead of Him, and everything is in alignment, right? That's the most important thing, right? Being aligned is just incredible. I love being aligned because it gives me assurance that I'm aligned with God, and there's no other place, or yeah, there's no other feeling or place I would rather be than to be aligned with the Creator. Everything else, you're lost if you're not aligned with the Creator, pretty much, right? So, yeah, with that being said, I want to leave you guys with this, right? I want to leave you guys with this. If we don't start to simplify our lives, we would just make it more chaotic than what it really is, than what it really needs to be, right? If we don't make that small adjustment to the now, we will make our lives chaotic, and we may not live as long as we intended or want to live, because we are making things more than what it is. Life is for the here and now. The past doesn't matter. The memories from the past doesn't even matter, whether if it's good or bad, because we can't get no nutritional value from it, right? And it's okay to reminisce, but we don't want to stay there, is what I'm trying to say. And we don't want to be too far ahead in the future either, because that's where we get ahead of God, and it causes a lot of anxiety and frustration too as well. But we also have the power to stay present and manifest everything that we want with God, and let God guide us at the end of the day, right? So with that being said, it's your boy Crazy Faith to God. I'm gonna take a few minutes to pray over you guys and ask that God could honestly, be able for you to be in the present moment more, to simplify your life, to help you be more present, so that way we can simplify. He can simplify your life, right? How many of us are tired of our lives being more complicated than what it really needs to be, right? And thank you God for the awareness that we can simplify our lives now. We can actually simplify our lives now, right to the present moment, Lord. So thank you for this big adjustment to the present moment, because all we really truly have is right here, right now. Tomorrow's not promised, right? The future is the tomorrow's not promised, right? The past has no nutritional value, and we already know there's no future looking back or even in the past. So thank you God for this awareness that we get to live in the present moment moving forward. With that being said, it's your boy Crazy Faith to God on the way out, right? And I hope everybody have a blessed and amazing day. Nothing but love. Let's go.